So, I think I haven't mentioned yet, I've got to be quiet because my family is sleeping. This is the best time to record because they can't hear me. I mean, it wouldn't be a problem if they could hear me, but if they find out I'm doing this, they might ask questions, like they might say, "You're fine, why are you doing that?" And that would just upset me even more. So, yeah, obviously I've never talked about romance, okay? It's really bad because I do really like someone who I think is also interested in me, but with my time left, let's say I'm not gonna try and make it happen because it would just disrupt his life. And you should want most people to be happy, right? Most people. I say most. There's only one person that wouldn't want to be happy. Actually, no, okay, yeah. So as far as romance goes, at least I know I have a few options. But I really, really want one. And I can't make that happen. And it is painful to think about. Whenever I see, okay, I'm so bad with my doom scrolling recently. But the thing is, now, okay, believe me when I say this, with my decrease of awareness, I'm going on reels and I'm not even noticing that I'm going on them. And with my brain in this state, it's going to make it even worse. Which is okay because I kind of want my brain loss to accelerate just to get to the finish line as fast as possible, which is death. Yeah, but what I was talking about was I actually do get baby fever, like looking at these that Asian guy who's the same age as me, right? He always posts his little brother Kwang, and oh my god, that gets me. Just seeing videos like that, seeing, I know, it's so bad to compare yourself to people, especially on social media, because it's not even real. But it does get to me. Whenever I imagine a future in my head, I try not to. Like clean house, because my family are really messy. It was my goal to move out and live alone, but I can't do that. Yeah, it would just be the life goal, so have a family and everything. I sound so casual about all of this, like knowing that I'm going to disappear off the face of this earth pretty soon. By soon, I think I mean like in 2-3 years. Hopefully I'm not going by then, Jesus. It's like a terminal illness. Only I know about it though. I also wanted to talk about, okay, my voice sounds very weak right now. It normally does, but it's because my family is sleeping. Yeah. And I've already mentioned that, don't worry, my memory recalls that. I can't even remember what I was going to say. Oh yeah, my dad right now is thinking of booking a trip to China to see the family next year. We've already been this year during the summer to see my cousins, my uncles, my aunties. Had a great time. Looked at all the shops. And my mum's friends also had daughters the same age as me, so I hung out with them. It was so fun. And I spoke to them with my broken Chinese, my broken Mandarin. To think about, to think about those moments of fun that I had and look back at the pictures, it makes me really sad. It just makes me so sad that I can't go back and have the same experience. And the reason I don't want to go next year is because I'm going to be so unrecognizably slow. I'll have like less of a sense of where I am. In China, there's always a lot going on in China, right? I will be so confused, and I don't want people to see me in that state. I went to China last year as well, right? So it would be 3 years in a row, but not. It's only been twice because I'm not going to go back next year. And also, I was learning Mandarin a couple years ago. I had a tutor about 6 years ago. Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is I can't learn. Even if I wanted to, it'd be impossible for me to learn to fluency before I go back. It's really annoying. It's like a scale between sad and annoying. It's just I'm so angry. Am I? I don't even know. But yeah, I don't want to go back next year because I don't want people to see me be degenerates, basically. And I really want to. Whenever I say, I really want to go. Whenever I say stuff like, I wish I could do that. People say, well, you can. Well, what was I thinking about? Yeah, I can go to China. I can get a job. I can do all these things, but it won't be for very long. And that's not making the most of what I've got left. And it sounds so stupid because I'm always like, I want to do this, and it's so in my power to do it. I just sound like a lazy person. Even that's the last thing I'd want to be. You know, I've always been so determined to be the best. Figuratively speaking, at art, dance. I just wanted to be like a jack of all trades, and music as well, singing, piano, just everything. And having these high expectations for myself. It's not good when your brain struggles to keep up with what day it is. I do sometimes think, why did I get this? Why was it me? It didn't have to be anybody, okay? I don't know whether COVID caused this, or if it was just a very rare early onset dementia. That'd be so rare. But I've read somewhere that the youngest person to get it was a 19-year-old in China, but then recently it's been someone even younger. And I think I beat that record. I'm not, okay, maybe I am trying to battle for like the youngest person with dementia, because, you know, if I'm gonna die because of this, I want a title to it. So, just letting you know that it started when I was 12, 13, around then. And I think mine has been really slow because of the awareness that I started off with. If I wasn't intelligent in the first place, I don't think I'd have made it this far without it being really apparent, you know. I don't really know what else to say. Yeah, it always starts off with me being upset, thinking about the future, and then I get angry because like why me? But then, you know, I go through the 5 stages of grief every single day. That's not a joke. And then at the end, I think, oh, okay, I've accepted it. But then the next day, a new challenge presents itself. Like, for example, if I see someone else, yes, on Reels, okay, it's really bad for me, I need to delete it. But I post my artwork on there, that's why I keep it. If I see someone else playing piano really well, I get really jealous because that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do. I wanted to be good at piano. And I did have lessons, maybe up to, was it a year or 2 ago? and I got to grade 1. Passed. It was good. Actually, was it? I got the one above a pass. I can't remember what it was called. A merit, I think. Yeah, got merit. Only in grade 1 though. That's not really an achievement. This is also the problem as well. Like, I always downplay my achievements, but that it makes me want to do more, which is good. It's good. And sometimes I look at my artwork and I think, you know what, I'm happy with that, but I'm gonna make a better one. I'm gonna make something better than that. So yeah, I've been developing a more healthy mindset recently, I think. In relation to my art and my achievements, which is not very many, but or you could even count like getting up of bed as an achievement, I bet life, I'm getting philosophical now, but I bet life gets so much easier if you can congratulate yourself for the smallest things. Because if you do, then imagine, I don't know, getting like a grade 6 in piano, passing. You'd be over the moon. You'd be so happy if you could just be also happy about if you could also be happy about managing to wake up in the morning, going outside. So I've just remembered this video I saw about there being 2 types of narcissism for some reason. So the first narcissist is the one you typically think of, the one with no empathy, no morals, doesn't care about anyone else. But the second one is also that same person, but it doesn't seem like narcissism because they're always thinking about themselves, but in a depressive way. So like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm tearing you down. I'm so sorry, I'm just a terrible person. Stuff like that. So I never say things like that. Because attention seeking to that extent is putting all the attention on yourself. And when you learn to be happy, like for yourself, you can be happy for others as well. So if you're in this if you're dwelling in your own quote unquote problems, actually if you don't really have any, you make them up. So you like dwelling on your own problems is like a form of narcissism. It's crazy, I know. I never considered it to be that way before. I wouldn't say I was a people pleaser, but I was just very attuned to people's. I'm talking about myself in the past tense because I don't know what I am anymore. But I was always attuned to people's emotions. So people coming to me saying, oh no, I'm so depressed with my life, I would try to help them, even though I shouldn't. You should always hear people out, but if it starts draining you, then you should leave. Tell them to stop. Have a conversation, and if they don't understand, then walk away. I did that to someone recently. I know, I didn't even feel bad though, honestly. Just someone who wanted to be friends with me. I didn't really ask for the friendship. I don't want any. I want like 3 friends and that's it. Yeah, but I just kept on talking back to him because he was messaging me. So I tried to make it seem like, okay, that's cool. Okay, bye. But this guy was persistent. Came up to me in college. I didn't want to talk to him or be friends with him. And if he's hearing this, then I'm actually not sorry. I'm actually just not, because I didn't ask for it. So yeah, I guess I can be really cold, which is good. You need a balance of warmth and coldness. Be a cutthroat bitch. What else did I want to talk about? Nothing really. But for some reason, I feel like a sense of calm, even though I'm coming to the end of my life. like death. Okay, in the least emo way possible, I'm comforted by the thought of death. Because in that state, you're relaxed. Now, this is not me asking to die. This is very different to me. This is very different to someone who's actually wanting to end it. I'm saying, if you can accept death, that is like the worst thing that can happen. So if you accept death, then you can pretty much accept anything else as well. And I used to be so scared of dying, and it's taken me this lack of awareness. Even though it seems like I have a lot, I don't. I'm just speaking from my ass, honestly. And I can't even remember what I was just saying. That's proof. But yeah, if you just accept. No, what I was saying was that, yeah, I used to be really, really scared of dying. I used to be scared of dementia. That was my biggest fear right before I got it. Yeah. I guess that's Buddhism. Accept you're going to die, and it's really good to do that, actually. Because it's always like, when you're anxious, it's always what if I die? What if I die is the worst thing that can happen, right? If you ask yourself a string of questions, what if, it's going to end up at, what if I die, right? And if you can accept that, I know I've said that a million times already, but come on, accept it. And I'm kind of liking the black format of these recordings, just a complete black screen, because all you can focus on now is my voice and what I'm saying, even if it's a bit hard to understand. And if I showed my face, I'd be very wary of how I'm acting and how my facial expressions look, and I don't like that. So I'm making it sound like I have a lot of awareness. Actually, yeah, I probably wouldn't. If I started the video, I wouldn't care. But it's quite late right now. I look tired as hell. I'm not going to. Let me have a sip of tea. Also, I think it needs to be studied what K-pop producers are putting into the songs that are not even good, but they're just earworms, right? The one recently is spaghetti, eat it up, eat it up. Why is it so catchy? They've chemically manipulated the music to make it not addictive. Well, yes, but like it's like soda pop. Like it's not air candy, but it's an earworm, right? My little soda pop, you can't escape it. I'd say Golden is not as catchy, but soda pop, oh my god. I don't like the song, but it suits its purpose. So I think I'm gonna end it there. I think I've basically done one of these every day for the past few days. I don't think I'll. Okay, my motivation behind starting one of these videos is if I get upset about something. I just think I'm keeping a diary of everything that's happening to my brain, so that people can read back on that, see my symptoms, the warning signs. But having me speak and having it uploaded will just make it feel more real than if you were just reading what I'm writing down, because you don't know my intonations, you don't know how I mean it, It's my dog, Hubby. But yeah, and you can listen to this and think, oh no, she was so sweet. I'm just kidding. Why does it have to end like that? Okay. For some reason, this quote from a friend I had in high school popped up in my head. She said, "The good ones always go first." And I've thought about that a lot. And then I think a bit after that, my brain started fading, and I thought, wait, That quote is starting to make a lot of sense now. I just don't know, like, is this a divine intervention? Me having this brain disease? Because they knew I'd be too powerful. Okay, that's how you know I'm getting tired.